Okay, I'm going to show you what a former student did. And this actually, we have several that we use in order to be something that the professor showed to other students. This is a grade B or above. So I'm not going to reveal. In fact, I can't recall what it was, but it's a B or better on this. So this is one on the Electoral College. Right, to kind of date it, it might have been about, it may have been around 2016 because of the Hillary Clinton thing. And all of this was being dredged back up, what had happened between Gore and Bush. So this person found a really attractive picture, and the cover page, they use a different font from Times New Roman. That's fine. But your, of course, your last name and your page number, you have to put on all of these. So go to insert page number and then put your last name, space, and then it'll do all the pages for you. Remember to go to insert page number, not insert header. So here's Electoral College reform proposal. And the person also, because this is the cover one, I just wanted to know what the URL was in case I wanted to look that up. And then the person, this is a fictitious name. I believe this is, I tried to put your section number in there at least. Sharon Edwards, and then English 1302, and that. Remember, MLA is European style, where you put the day of the month first, then the month, then the year. All right, so see how attractive that is? And that's the first thing that somebody's going to see. That somebody being me, or if you actually want to give the proposal to someone. I have to tell you about a student that actually wrote to the management company of the apartment she lived in, because her son was having, because they didn't want bicycles chained outside under the stairs. And so she was convinced he was going to break his leg because he had to take it upstairs when he got home and take it downstairs when he went to school. And she came up with these different ways that it could actually make it look attractive to have these really nice bike racks or kind of like carports. So she actually did give that proposal. And I never heard if she heard back from the property management people or not. So I'm just saying, and that's not the only one that was given to a boss. Now, remember, it said that you have to have these proper headers. So remember, there are 4 of them. And the first one is problem issue overview. Now, if it is a problem, well, then I would just put problem, or it's not going to let me take that out. Or if it's an issue, put issue overview. I'm just telling you, you can use either or you can put both of those there. Okay, this is the first section that we're talking about, where you need to let the audience know that a problem exists. And in this section, you have to have at least, I certainly wouldn't have more, but at least 3 different citations, 3 different quotes or paraphrases in there. They can't be from the same source. Now, remember, and this is, I would say about 2 of you remembered this on the classical argument. You've got to start out with an attention getting lead. It could be a quote. It could be an anecdote, a very short story. It could be an interesting fact. It could be just something that gets someone's attention. And please, now that you're in groups, you can work on this with each other. Give them suggestions, gives people suggestions as how they can start out their problem overview so that they will catch your attention. So this is what the person put about the 2020 president, it should be presidential election. Former Vice President Al Gore reflected, comma, quote, you win some, you lose some. And then there's that little known third category. Indeed, that quote, third category made it possible for Gore to win the popular vote, but lose the election because George W. Bush won the electoral votes. Now, a couple of things here. This was gotten off of the internet, and that's fine. And I did not put a citation there. I could just put that into the internet and find like probably 7 different sources it comes from. Okay, so I did not put a citation there. That does not, an in-text citation, that does not count as one of them. Okay, that should have been caught. That should have been presidential election. But what it did is it grabbed your attention about a time where that really, it made a difference between who our president was, and possibly the trajectory that our country would go in. I mean, would we be where we are now? Those are things that you will never know. But it was made possible because the electoral votes carry more weight than the popular votes. Okay, so here is my first figure. Remember, you can have 2 to 3 images. Therefore, many believe the Electoral College, EC, so from then on, now that I've introduced that, I can say EC instead of Electoral College, as it's currently constructed, is not suitable for the size and scope of the current American democracy. There have been 5 elections in US history in which the person who won the Electoral College did not win the popular, and the vote goes down here. Okay, so actually there's supposed to be 4 how do I say it? Okay, there's supposed to be 4 spaces, and this is only double spaced. The way I can make that work is to make the figure smaller. So what you would do is you just grab the corner and go like that and make it go down. And then now you can tell that there are 4 spaces between the bottom. Well, no, there's not. There's really not supposed to be. This Electoral College thing should go up a little bit. So all I really needed to do is just move all this down. Anyway, this is where you have to write your caption, and it has to be 25 words or more. And there will be another video on that with instructions on how to do that. This actually needs to be closer there. And that, I think that we could have gotten at least this line on page 2. Okay, therefore demonstrating that it's not fully representative of the people. Figure 1 below. Okay, well, this got revamped. What you should say is figure 1 on the previous page, but you have to tell me where it is. Now, I'll let you go through all this. Actually, I rearranged some of it. I think that this right here, figure 1, was supposed to go on this page here, but whatever. Just make sure you say where your figure 1 is. And this one's wrong. It should have been on the previous page instead of saying below on the previous page. Or just move this over here on this page. Okay, without reading everything, I just want to show you some structural things. Okay, so far, I did use this, but I'm also going to quote these people. So the caption doesn't doesn't count. So how many do I have? So I've got this one here. I've got this one here, Friedman. And I have Stephanopoulos. Okay, so did you notice where I have 3 quotes and we're still in the problem overview. All right, here's problem overview. And my 3 quotes again are here. I'm going to find the Stephanopoulos one, this one, and did I say that one? That one. Okay. Well, there's another one in there that I highlighted, but anyway, you should have 3 separate ones in there. Now that's in your problem overview. Now in your solution, this is where the thesis will be. There's not one simple solution to fixing it. In this election year, the problem, blah, blah, blah. There are 2 achievable options that lead to a dramatic difference. And so these are the 2 things: amend the Electoral College to become a proportional system. I don't want to go into a lot of, or amend the Electoral College to become a parliamentary system. Okay, and what's interesting here is it never says to throw it out. So the person who wrote this believes that there's a purpose and that it's a good thing. It just needs to be tweaked a little bit. So, and that's what this person goes through and tells you. Okay, then the benefits of the solution, and that might be where you want to, at the end or toward the end, talk about, or in the middle, talk about how it could, or other things that have not worked, or how it could actually have some problems with it, whatever you want to do there. But it talks about the benefits, because you want to do that, because especially if something's going to cost money, people want to know that they're going to get their money's worth. Here's figure 2, and this is the caption underneath it, and then there should be 4 spaces here. So I'd probably hit that one more time. You know, I'd just put that on the next page. Countries like Britain. Yeah, that'd be fun. And then you go through there. Now notice that there's a lot of blank space there, because I could have made this a lot smaller, but I didn't. If it's more than half the page that you take up, then that's okay to have that there. I could have made this smaller. I think I played around with that, but decided to just put it over here. Now, where do I say anything about figure 3? Well, I should have it either here, or it should say that above. Let's do my little editing trick here. Okay, so you go to edit, you go to find, you go to find. Okay, figure 3. Okay, figure 3. Okay, so in this copy, it's not there. So we should say figure 3 on the next page and put it over here. I could tell you this one did not get an A. Okay, so while we're at it, let's go to figure 2. Okay, there's figure 2. Okay, that needs to be put in there. So it looks like the only one that's mentioned is 1. I think I actually put the wrong copy in here. Yeah, that one's got it. Okay. But you have to put in there where the figure will be found. I'll find the correct version and put it in there. Okay, so you talk about the benefits, you can read through that, and this shows you how many voters, and you can see there's a lot of red, but they're really not represented. They would be more Democrat would take that section, even though there were a lot of reds, Republicans that were talking or whatever, who voted for their person. Then conclusions where you restate your thesis, and then you just end up, just read through this one. It's a call to action to the person who you're writing this to, that it's urgent, it needs to be taken care of. Okay, now this is where I want you to look. Okay, I'm going to put this. I would like for you to go through and check all of your entries. Excuse me. So if you put it in the, you go up to edit, and then you go to find, and then you put it in the box here. So let's see if I can find where I quoted him. So here. Let me just do Esteban. Okay, there's Esteban. Okay, and here we go, quoted in Esteban. Esteban. Okay, good. So I used that one. Now let's put Friedman in. Okay, I see it there. I see it there. And I see it up here. So I did use it. I used it in problem overview, it looks like. Yep. All right. Looking good. Let's go back to that. Spakovsky. There's Spakovsky. There's Spakovsky. Oh, okay. So I put that one there. Okay. Let's go to Stephanopoulos. Okay, there's Stephanopoulos. Let's go to Zoo. Okay, Zoo is there. And let's go to, oh, well, hold on. And Wolf. And I want to, because I know some of y'all are probably going, okay, well, you said you couldn't count your sources that are involved in a picture. You can't use that. If you found the image from somebody, you can't use that as a works cited. But yeah, you can, because you notice I have more than 4 citations. So yes, I can do that. Okay, here's Wolf. There's Wolf. So I only used it one time and in the conclusion. So I have used all of my works cited that I said that I have over here, and I don't have any stragglers over here that don't have a match on works cited. So all that should be, when you're revising and editing yours, you need to do that to yours, and you need to do it to somebody else's, the other people whose papers you're looking at. And as I said, I will try to find the one that had been corrected to put back on here, because it did have the figure numbers on it.